The walls of the Robertson family's house in Andover are lined with pictures of better days.
We have lots of pictures.
Lots of pictures organized in these albums by year, a lifetime of memories at their fingertips.
Way back when.
Looking at each picture, you can tell just how much Catherine, Robbie, and their 4 girls, Maddie, Ella, Lexi, and Delilah, all love each other. But their smiles don't tell the whole story of how strong Catherine and the girls had to be throughout Robbie's leukemia diagnosis and his recent passing.
And the girls, they have a father-daughter dance. This year Robbie couldn't go because he was immunocompromised, so I went. I was the father at the father-daughter dance.
He was just a special person. I think anybody who met him, they know that. And we miss him. Yes. Yeah. We miss him.
Robby Robertson started as a facilities manager at Winchester Hospital 25 years ago.
He was an advocate for facilities and infrastructure. He was an advocate for the importance of it.
He was larger than life.
Exactly.
He was physically a large man, and his personality was just big.
Robbie, as imposing as he could be, his interactions with people were just the most civil, friendly interactions.
And he was always there as a listener.
You knew when he walked in a room, it was just, Robbie's here, Robbie's here.
Robbie was just a force.
He and Catherine met on the job.
When we were dating, we would go out for a fancy dinner on a Saturday night, and he would literally drive me around to different Winchester Hospital buildings and check things and make sure that the lights were off and snowstorms, anything. That was sort of the first part of the date, and then we would go out to dinner.
The Robertsons didn't have to deal with Robbie's cancer alone. After he was diagnosed in late 2018, the Winchester Hospital community rallied around them.
The outreach, just amazing. Look at these were cards that were sent from people. These are lists of people that had donated.
But the support didn't stop there. The Lahey Cancer Institute 5K walk and run was coming up, and it gave Catherine an idea, but she had no idea how far her colleagues and friends would run with it.
It was a side comment I think I had made, something about, I should pull together a team for Robbie.
And from that side comment,
Windwalkers!
The Windwalkers became the newest 5K team.
Everybody wanted to come together to support them and show them how much they cared and wanted to help them in any way possible. It's not easy when somebody's going through something like that. There's not a lot you could do. This we could do.
I swear to God, within about 2 hours, my department had pulled together a whole team. They had registered online. Stacy had sent out emails, and it was one of those things that just went almost viral.
She was trying to raise money and asked whether I could assist with some of the businesses that Robbie had done business with. Without fail, they said, anything for Robbie. We'll do anything for Robbie.
It was like the hometown team everybody was rooting for.
And he was just one of the most generous people and would have done anything for you. And I think that's probably why so many people wanted to do for them.
Sadly, Robbie didn't make it to see the day of the race.
Well, I think one of the first things we said is, are we still doing this?
Yeah.
My thought was that if Catherine can do it, we can do it.
Catherine, the girls, and the Windwalkers all showed up that Saturday morning. They were ready to walk the course, having raised more than $37,000 to help cancer patients at Robbie's home away from home. How did you feel in that moment?
So probably a little sad, because we were hoping he would have been there. It was just somewhat overwhelming, very emotional, but also very kind of uplifting, and it actually, in a strange way, felt very good that so many people rallied behind him.
The Windwalkers were the second place fundraisers in 2019, and they say they plan to do it all over again in 2020.
They're just a very special and important family to me, and anything that I can do to contribute to help, with that, I would do.
Now that the race is over, Catherine has her hands full. Was dog corralling in your job description as a mother?
It's under all other duties as assigned.
And there's still a lot of love at the Robertson home.
Baby, come! Come, baby.
with 2 energetic puppies added for good measure.
So we named her Ruby because it was pretty close to Robbie.
I found out the name.
Yes, Ella picked out Ruby. We were trying to figure out how we could get a name that represented Robbie without being Robbie.
Robbie might be gone, but he is definitely not forgotten.
Whenever I see a picture of Robbie, makes me feel good and it makes me feel sad.
There's so many times I'm driving to a meeting or driving home, and I say to myself, geez, I got to call Robbie and tell him that, and I can't.
His memory will live on, helping other cancer patients at a place that meant so much to him. What would he have said?
What would he have said? What do you think your dad would have said? You don't know? Well, I know he would have said thank you. It's when people rally, when people stick together, that's when you can do good things. And he was the first person to sort of rally things and keep people together, and he did that all sort of in the name of getting something done or making something better or trying to help a bigger cause, and that's what it was.